finally we are left only with the population in Gir, and that's a wonderful forest which we have, the dried deciduous forest with lot of herbivores available as prey animals for lions. So I'm sure that you all will participate in the quiz and know more about lions. So uh, all the best for that participation. Okay, now coming back to our practical, today we are going to learn something about chromosomes. As in theory lectures, you have already learned a lot about chromosomes. I don't think that great introduction is needed about the world of chromosomes to you. Okay, so my first question goes to all the students. Yeah, tell me how many chromosomes you have. Everyone. Put your answer in. Anurag says 22. 22 pairs. Oh, Anurag, are you sure you are having 22 pairs only? Yeah. Yes, Vaishnavi, 23 pairs. Yeah. Anurag, you had forgotten about that one pair of sex chromosomes. My, you should never forget that. Okay, so you have 22 pairs of autosomes. Yes, Nikita, right? You have 23, Shivani, Radha. So everybody agrees over here that we are having 23 pairs of chromosomes, 22 pairs of autosomes, and one pair of sex chromosome. Yeah, right. So all the organisms, they have chromosomes. We know a lot about chromosomes, but still there is much more to understand about chromosomes. But to study everything, we should have some basic knowledge, basic facts about the chromosomes we should be aware. So now let us start with today's practical. We are going to learn about chromosome morphology because see, karyotyping is also a very interesting field. We'll tell you about it later on. But let us first understand what are the basic types. Okay, madam? Yeah, can we go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so please go ahead.
Students, is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so we will start first with studying the chromosomes morphology, and for this we basically use a metaphase sheet. Okay, so before getting into it, we will just have a quick discussion on what is chromosome. Okay, we have started this topic of nucleic acids in our paper one, right? So we have seen that the nucleus of any given cell, human cell also, if we talk about any other organisms also, they have this nucleic acid, either it could be DNA or RNA. So specifically if we talk about DNA and eukaryotic cells, the DNA is the a unit which is actually responsible for inheritance of a given genetic character in an individual, or you can say in the eukaryotic cells. Okay, it is the hereditary material which is carrying information from one generation to another. So these DNAs are present in very large amount in the human body or in a given cell, but it is present in the form of a tightly coiled assembly. Okay, and this is called as nucleoprotein complex of nucleosomes. So this is very tightly bound to each other. सो बेसिकली अगर आप कोई भी डीएनए का अगर कोई सेल देते हो, उसके न्यूक्लियस को देखते हो, उसमें आपको ना क्रोमैटिन्स दिखेंगे, थ्रेड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स में दिखेंगे. दीज आर बेसिकली नथिंग बट द क्रोमैटिन्स. सो दीज क्रोमैटिन्स व्हेन हेल्ड टाइटली कॉम्पैक्ट दे फॉर्म दीज क्रोमोसोम स्ट्रक्चर्स. सो ऑल द क्रोमोसोम्स लाई विद इन द न्यूक्लियस as a chromatin network, but become condensed and they separate during the cell division. So जब cell division की बात आती है, so ये जो हमारे क्रोमैटिन्स है, ये कंडेंस होके आपको जो आपके स्क्रीन पे जो इमेज दिखता है क्रोमोसोम का एक्स शेप्ड, सो दैट एक्स शेप X shape of the chromosome is derived when it is about to go for the cell division. So the chromatins will condense out, they will take this chromosome structure. But normally when in a normal human being, if you take any of your body cells and if you try to study the nucleus, in the nucleus you will not find these chromosomes in this form. Okay, it will be in a chromatin form. Okay, it will be opened up because of the process of protein synthesis that is taking place in the body or in the particular cell. So typically, the structure of chromosome which you see on the screen, it is preferred, or it appears during the metaphase stage of mitotic division. So आपको ऐसे कभी भी आपको ये exactly जो एक shape आपको दिख रहा है आपके screen पे, this shape of chromosome can be derived only during the metaphase stage of mitotic division. Okay, so that is why we have said that we are going to use a metaphase spreadsheet here to understand the chromosome morphology. Now, when we talk about क्रोमोसोम कि हर क्रोमोसोम क्रोमैटिड से बना है, ओके, क्रोमैटिन से बना है, एंड ईच क्रोमोसोम हैज टू क्रोमैटिड्स. ओके, इफ यू सी दिस हियर, सो ये एक सिंगल क्रोमैटिड है, यानी दूसरा क्रोमैटिड है. सो ईच क्रोमोसोम इज मेड अप ऑफ टू क्रोमैटिड स्ट्रक्चर्स. सो since they belong to the same chromosome, they are also called as sister chromatids. And two chromosomes having the same type of genes, or they carry the genes from the same trait, so those are called as homologous chromosome. Okay, now the position of chromosome may vary. Now what we do here is to understand कितने क्रोमोसोम्स है या उसका सीक्वेंस क्या है. We try to arrange this chromosome, okay, depending upon the size and shape. But before understanding the size and shape, we need to know the structure of chromosome. So here you can see the basic structure of a chromosome. Okay, here this basically the chromosome has two arms. Okay, in between it will have a primary constriction which is called as centromere. Centromere will divide the chromosome into two parts. Okay, the upper arm and the lower arm. This is the upper arm and this is the lower arm. Okay, which we call it as P arm and Q arm respectively. So जो ऊपर का हिस्सा है इसे हम P arm बुलाएंगे, and जो नीचे का हिस्सा है उसे हम Q arm बुलाएंगे. ठीक है. So remember, this is the primary constriction which is centromere, and on the basis of the centromere location, we can actually divide, or you can say we can categorize chromosomes into different groups. Okay, so आज जो हम लोग कैटेगरी देखने वाले हैं क्रोमोसोम्स के, it is based upon the position of these centromeres. Okay, and these chromosomes also have a secondary constriction which is also called as nuclear organizing region. Okay, moving further here, these are the four types of chromosomes. And if you see the position of centromere, यहाँ पे centromere को एक specifically gray color दिया गया है, so that you can understand where it is getting placed, उसका position क्या आ रहा है chromosome पे. So now if you see the structure, and if you see the placement of the centromere, it is on a different level. Okay, किसी के arms, एक arms बड़े हैं, किसी के छोटे हैं, ऊपर वाले आर्म छोटे हैं. So depending upon where the centromere is being located, we are going to differentiate these chromosomes, and we are going to categorize them into different types based upon the position of centromere. Okay, so if you see the this very first chromosome, the bigger one which you see here, this is called as metacentric, or you can call it as metacentric chromosome. Now, why do we call it as metacentric chromosome? Because the centromere, if you see here, it is located in the center of the chromatid. Okay, वो ना बोलते ना एक तरफ ज्यादा नहीं है, एक पोल के तरफ ज्यादा नहीं जाता है वो. It is in the center location, and that is why we call it as metacentric. And because it is in the center, if you see both the arms, the P arm which is on the upper side and the Q arm which is in the lower side, both are of equal length. And if you see the chromosome, it appears V-shaped during anaphase. अभी anaphase में कैसे होता है? These when they have to separate out, they will represent a V. ये देखो, ये ऐसे V. This is the V shape which we are talking about. Okay, single chromatids, it will show a V shape. Okay, so this is about metacentric chromosome. The second type of chromosome which you see here on the screen is called as submetacentric. मेटा का मतलब क्या था? मिडिल, सेंटर पोजीशन. सब मेटासेंट्रिक यानी कि ये सेंटर से थोड़ा ऊपर की तरफ शिफ्ट हो जाता है इन दिस पर्टिकुलर क्रोमोसोम. सो द सेंट्रोमियर हियर इज लोकेटेड away from the center, such that the two arms are now going to be of unequal length. So the P arm will be shorter in size compared to the Q arm. And if you see these chromosomes during the anaphase, अभी आपने देखा मेटासेंट्रिक में मैंने क्या कहा था कि वो क्रोमोसोम एनाफेज में कैसे दिखेंगे? V शेप के दिखेंगे. But during the anaphase, now these chromosomes will be L shaped. Now you can see how L shape, you can imagine. Ye L ka chota leg and this is the bigger one. So that is the L shape. Okay. This is how it will be looking like an N shape. So you can see the P arm is shorter, Q arm has become longer because the centromere has moved little above or little away from the center location. The next picture which you see is the acrocentric, or we call it as acrocentric chromosome. Now, in this particular chromosome, if you see, the centromere is located at one of the end of the chromatid. Okay, it is either going to be on the anterior end or to the posterior end. So, whichever end it is going to occupy, and it occupies it in such a way that one of the arm is very much shorter and the other is very much longer, which you can see here कि जो इसका P arm है देखो कितना छोटू सा दिखाई देता है, whereas the Q arm is the biggest one. Okay, it is the longest one here. So this is how it is, the centromere is moving towards one of the pole also, you can say. Okay, so these kind of chromosomes are called as acrocentric chromosomes. The last type of chromosome is called as telocentric chromosome. So these chromosomes, their centromere, if you see, it is located at the end position. अभी acrocentric में भी हमने कहा कि it is located at the end, but it is not actually at the end, it is almost at one of the end. But telocentric में क्या होता है, वो exactly end के पास ही chromosome present रहता है. In such a way that both the arms of और on the one side. So now T arm यहाँ पे आपको completely गायब होते दिखेगा, आपको सिर्फ Q arm दिखाई देंगे. So both the arms have now been shifted to same side of the centromere, and more or less these are of equal length. These if you see these chromosomes during anaphase, it will look like I shape. अगर आप गर्सियो राइटिंग में I लिखते हैं, okay, अगर आप इसको देखोगे, अगर एक सिंगल क्रोमैटिड को देखोगे तो किसकी तरह दिखता है, ये I shape का दिखता है. Okay, so this is the 4 types of chromosomes based upon the position of centromere. So you can see first one is metacentric, then submetacentric, acrocentric and telocentric. So metacentric में वो middle में है, center position occupy करता है. Submetacentric में it is going to shift little away from the center. Acrocentric, it will move further towards the end point. Okay, but not exactly at the end, but just near to the end point. But telocentric में it will occupy the end position of the chromosome. So that is why, depending upon this position of the centromere, when you observe the chromosome during the anaphase of the cell division, you will see that the metacentric will show a V shape, submetacentric will show a L shaped chromosome, acrocentric during the anaphase it will be looking like a J shape. Okay, आप अगर ध्यान से देखोगे it will look like a small J, and telocentric it looks like a I shape. So based upon the length of the arms and position of their centromeres and similar other features, the chromosomes complement of a given cell of a particular organism can be arranged in a series. Okay, depending upon the metaphasic spread which we get. Okay, because we take a cell. Okay, उस cell के nucleus का जब हम open up, when you are preparing a spread of the cells that you have acquired. Okay, so basically it has to be a metaphasic stage of mitosis to study these cells. So जैसे मैंने कहा कि based upon the length of the arm, the position of the centromere, okay, we can categorize them into groups. Okay, जैसे कि अगर आपने spreadsheet देखा रहेगा, I will just show you the spreadsheet. Okay, just a minute. Here, this is how first of all the spreadsheet looks like, the metaphase spreadsheet looks like. So when you take a photograph, okay, this is a microscopic photograph which has been taken. हम sample लेते हैं, okay, it can be a sample जिसमें से cells लेते हैं, and we observe the nucleus. Okay, now the cell is the one which is in a cell division state, or especially we are capturing this cell during the metaphase stage. So you can see the chromosomes lying within the cell. Nucleus में इस तरीके से ये आपके chromosomes है वो इस तरीके से रहते हैं. Okay, they have condensed and you can see they are almost looking X shaped. ओके, सो इफ वी ट्राई टू अरेंज, बिकॉज यहाँ पे समझ नहीं आता है ओके कि कौन सी सेल्स है, कौन किसका पेयरिंग है यहाँ पे. सो व्हाट वी डू इज वी ट्राई टू अरेंज these cells by grouping them on based upon the centromere position and the length of their arms uh, into a spreadsheet, okay, you can say, which we call it as karyotype. This is how the karyotyping is done, where depending upon the position of centromere we divide them into groups. So we divide it into group A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and the 6 chromosomes are being get separated. Okay, so this is how karyotyping is done, and this process is called as karyotyping, where depending upon this position we are going to arrange them systematically to see, because इसकी हमें हेल्प कहाँ लगती है आगे जाके जब हम जेनेटिक स्टडी करते हैं, इज देयर एनी क्लिनिकल डिसऑर्डर और नॉट. सो देयर इट इज गोइंग टू हेल्प अस टू अंडरस्टैंड इफ any chromosome is missing or there is any damage, or you can say disformity in the chromosome formation. So with help of these charts it will help us to understand the various other chromosomal disorders. Okay, so I hope this is clear to everyone that how you have to identify a chromosome based upon the position of the centromere. So there are only of 4 types. Okay, there are not many types, there are just of 4 types, that is telocentric, acrocentric, submetacentric, and metacentric. Okay, depending upon these locations you can identify them easily, and you need to know ki exactly what type of shape also during the anaphase can these chromosomes acquire. Is it clear to everyone, or did I go very
Yes, ma'am.
fast?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so madam,
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Suprita madam, for explaining this. And yes, I guess karyotyping is very interesting field. So students, any cases, suppose you want to study karyotype. What is karyotype? Madam just told us that all the chromosomes in our body, they have to be studied, and that maybe it is done by photographic technique, or as like we are having metaphase sprayed and you can study that. I think we have not taken the practical for mitosis. Otherwise, the phases, we would have revised all these phases. What is metaphase, anaphase, telophase? So, metaphase is the phase of cell cycle or mitosis, where this will be, the structure will be very clear for the type of chromosome. We will be able to identify, count, see the structure. So, the best option is you can have a cell culture, human cell culture, and then you can do it. So maybe a person can use a blood sample, or if it is a case of say cancer, then you know that when there is a suspected cancer case for a particular tissue or organ, then doctors, they always collect a sample by doing biopsy of that particular region. So those samples which are available through biopsy of that tissue, or maybe from skin, such sample can be taken. Then these cells can be allowed to grow. These cells will be cultured, and when they have reached, see, when we allow the cells to culture, then what happens? The cells, they undergo multiplication. Okay, growth will be there. Growth of cells will be there, and the cells will multiply. So entire mitosis will take place, and during that, when this cell, when the cells, they enter this particular metaphase, that time they are arrested, they are fixed, and then the photographs can be taken and then studied. If this is to be done for fetus tissue, then that also can be done from the loose cells which are available in the fluid of the amniotic sac, and then that can be cultured and studied. So it is having wide medical and clinical significance, and it is quite an interesting study to understand what chromosomal abnormalities are there, whether in terms of number or in terms of structure. Okay, so coming back to our basics, what we have is 22 sets of 22 pairs of chromosomes, which we term as autosomes, and there is one pair of sex chromosomes. So as we all know, the males will have the sex chromosome pair as X and Y, whereas the females will have sex chromosome pair as X and X. Okay, so here Now there is a different case which is known as Barr body. Okay, what is a Barr body? This is a sex chromatin. Okay, this is actually one X chromosome, you can say, which has become a shortened. Okay, so let us study what Barr body is. Yeah. Okay, so we are having over here something special which is called as Barr body. So uh, this Barr body is nothing but, you remember that this is one X chromosome. Okay, and this happens naturally, that is after say 16 hours after the zygote gets formed after fertilization. After 16 hours there will be formation of Barr body, that is one sex chromatin will get reduced, it will get shortened to form a dark spot, and you can observe this phenomenon very well in somatic cells. Okay, germ cells are different, somatic cells are different. So in somatic cells, you can easily observe that one X chromosome will get reduced, it will become very short, and then it will be represented by a spot which is almost fixed or attached to the membrane of the nucleus from inner side. Okay, so it will appear as a dark spot on the inner side of nucleus. Okay, so the female child in mammalian organisms, in humans, females will have two X chromosomes, one coming from maternal side and one coming from paternal side. Now, here in case of male, there will be a single X chromosome. So what happens over here? If you have two activated X chromosomes, then whatever genes are present on the X chromosomes, their dose will be double. Okay, it will be doubled, whereas here in case of male cells it will be only a single X chromosome. Now we all have studied X-linked genes, X-linked inheritance, so you know what happens when X-linked genes show their activity. There are so many problems and properties associated with that. So to compensate this double dose of X chromosome, one X chromosome will undergo formation of Barr body. Okay, now out of this pair, which one, maternal will form a Barr body or paternal will form a Barr body, that we are not aware. Any one randomly can form a Barr body. Now this is called as Barr body because of the scientist who discovered that. Okay, his name was Dr. Barr, and that is why it is called as Barr body. So over here just see that the female child, okay, getting X chromosome from mother and one more X chromosome from father. Okay, the maternal X chromosome and paternal X chromosome. Now this is a male child getting one single X chromosome, and this is a female child getting double dose of chromosomes. So here what happens out of these two chromosomes, now over here you can see that one chromosome is retained as it is, whereas this chromosome, it becomes inactivated. Okay, this is the same chromosome now. This is the zygote. Okay, where the fetus has received, zygote has received one X chromosome from maternal and one from paternal side. So here randomly any one X chromosome, in this case this blue colored one, it has been inactivated by the body. Okay, this is a natural phenomenon which takes place. Okay, that is after 15-16 hours of zygote formation, this one X chromosome will get inactivated. Okay, now over here, see, this chromosome is getting inactivated. Any one chromosome, X chromosome will get inactivated. It will form a round structure, okay, the chromatin. And see, now it is during the mitosis, you can see the zygote will divide, it will undergo division. Okay, mitosis will take place. And this now, the inactivated chromosome, it is seen in the nucleus, which is attached to the nuclear membrane from inside. Can you see in each of this diagram, you can see one inactivated X chromosome which is attached to the nuclear envelope from inner side. Now what we want to see is, we want to study this which is called as Barr body. This inactivated X chromosome, it is called as Barr body. Now our experiment or practical includes mounting of this and staining and observation of this Barr body under microscope. Okay, so this is how it will look. Okay, this is the nucleus, this is the nuclear membrane, okay, the envelope of the nucleus, and you can see the darkly stained bar body, okay, which is attached over here. So now see, this is a single epithelial cell, a single cell, squamous epithelium, okay, and one single cell from squamous epithelium. You can see the nucleus, and in the nucleus you can see over here darkly stained bar body. There can be many darkly stained bodies inside the nucleus, but we have to consider the one which is attached to the nuclear membrane. Okay, so this is how the sex chromatin or bar body will appear over here, and this is actually the experiment includes dismounting, staining, and observation of this bar body under microscope. This is what we are expected to perform in the lab. Okay, now what is the use of this bar body? As you know that if the all the females we are having XX combination, double X chromosome, out of that one will get inactivated, right? So a normal female who is having two X chromosomes, okay, here how many bar bodies will be present? One, because one X chromosome will get inactivated. So normal female will have one bar body. Normal male, okay, in normal male out of two X chromosome, one will get inactivated. But here already there is only one X chromosome, so you won't get any bar body over here. This is chromosomal abnormality, that is Klinefelter syndrome, XXY. This is Turner, that is XOX0. Trisomic super female. Now see, it is having 3X chromosome. Okay, so if one gets inactivated, then still it will have two X chromosomes. Okay, or see, it will depend upon how many X chromosomes are present over there. Okay, as there will be change in number of X chromosome, the number of bar bodies which are present, they will also keep on changing. I don't know whether you have studied these chromosomal abnormalities. Uh, have you all studied this? What is Klinefelter, or have you studied what is Klinefelter? Yeah,
No, ma'am.
no. So I guess, see, we discussed that there are certain abnormalities related to number and structure of chromosomes. Okay, so Klinefelter syndrome means if there is any problem in the chromosome structure or number, then it is called as that condition. We consider it as syndrome. Okay, so normally you all told us that we are having 46 chromosome. Okay, 44 plus one pair of X chromosome, that is 46 chromosomes. But over here, Klinefelter syndrome, it is having XXY. Actually, we expect there should be XY or there should be XX. But Klinefelter has one extra X chromosome and Y is still there. So it is, instead of having 46XY, we are having usual X and Y plus one extra chromosome. So total it gives, yes, total it gives 47 chromosomes. Now that creates a problem. Okay, so this is a condition where actually the patient should be a boy or a man, okay, but gets one extra X chromosome. So there are some characters which are observed in such patients. That is, they may be taller than the normal, or there might be there might be problem in reproductive systems. Okay, so sometimes you don't even know that such patients are having problems, because diagnosis is not possible in such patients. But if you do karyotyping, then it will be clear that such patients are having combination as XXY. Okay, there are other abnormalities which are also associated with that. Now Turner syndrome, this will appear like a female but short in stature, and there will be certain other abnormalities, because see here there is single X chromosome, there is no pairing for this, there is no XX or XY, this is X0. Okay, so this is this such condition, it is called as Turner's syndrome. Now the third case which is given over here, it is the super female. Okay, so why it is super female? Because a normal female would have two X chromosomes. Okay, that will be termed as female. But over here now what happens? Again, 47 chromosomes are there. Okay. So actually, when 47 chromosomes are there, this is one extra X chromosome giving a status of super female. Okay. You can remember a formula. Number of bar bodies which will be present in this case will be one less than the total number of X chromosome. Okay. That is, in normal female, how many X chromosomes are there? 2. So how many bar bodies are expected? 2 minus 1. So if you can see one bar body, it means it is a normal female. Okay. Here, how many normal male? How many X chromosomes are there? 1. So how many bar bodies do you expect? Number of X chromosomes minus 1. So you don't expect any bar body. If you collect a sample from male, you don't expect any bar body. Now see, XXY. XXY, this is Klinefelter syndrome. So phenotypically what will happen? The patient will look like a tall male, a normal male. The patient may look like a clinically, he may appear just a tall male. But if you do the bar body mounting, then you will find that there will be one bar body in such male. In normal male, there will not be any bar body because number of X chromosomes minus 1. So 1 minus 1, 0 bar body. But over here, though the patient will appear as male, there will be one bar body. So you would come to know that there is some problem because there must be one extra X chromosome in this person. Whereas this Turner syndrome, the patient will appear like a female. But if you do the bar body mounting, then doctor will come to know that there is no bar body. There is single X chromosome. So number of X chromosomes minus 1, that will be 0. So other X chromosome is absent. Whereas when it is super female, 3 X chromosome. So 3 minus 1, there will be 2 bar bodies seen. This is tetrasomic super female having 4 X chromosomes. So you can imagine what number of bar bodies it will have. Okay, so this bar body, you have to remember that it is inactive X chromosome present in the cell. In which cell? The cell which is having more than one X chromosome, then only it will be present. Okay. How large it is? It will be say 1 micron in the diameter, and the number will tell you about if there is any chromosomal abnormality, if it is present over there. Okay, so just remember that this is nothing but a sex chromatin. Okay, but it is a condensed sex chromatin which is present in normal female somatic cell. And what is the reason for that? The reason is inactivation of X chromosome. Okay, what will be the number of bar bodies? It will be always number of X chromosomes minus 1. Okay, so XX contains 1 bar body. Normal male XY will have no bar body. Klinefelter XXY, so 2 X chromosomes, 2 minus 1, so 1 bar body. Turner X0 XO, so no bar body. Super female triple X will have 2 bar bodies and 4 X chromosome, so 4 minus 1, it will have 3 bar bodies. Okay, so now I think I'll tell you about the procedure. Okay, this PowerPoint does not include any procedure as such because we cannot perform it in lab. But suppose we are given opportunity to perform this experiment in lab, then what do? You want to study the bar body, right? So, for example, if there is any male student of this class and you take your own sample, see, we want to study it in somatic cell, not in sex. We will study in somatic cell. So the most easily accessible somatic cell which can be mounted, it is your buccal epithelium. Okay, now what is buccal region? Your mouth region. This epithelium, it is very thin. If you have felt the inside of your cheek pouch, it is a very thin epithelium. तुम्ही बघा, तुम्ही खाता, काही गरम असेल, गार असेल, पण कधी कधी तुम्हाला इरिटेशन होतं गालाच्या आतल्या साइडने. चिक के अंदर के बाजू में जो एपिथेलियम होता है वो बहुत डेलिकेट होता है एंड दैट कैन बी स्क्रैच वेरी इजीली. Okay, so when we want to mount the somatic cell, the selection of tissue is very important. What we are going to select is the epithelium which is present, which is lining our buccal cavity, which is lining our cheek pouch from inside. Okay, so what we will take, first we have to clean our mouth. It shouldn't have any food particle, otherwise you will end up in having food particles on your slide. So first clean your mouth twice, thrice by gargling with sufficient amount of water, and then you can take the sample with help of say bird, like cotton buds, जो ईयर क्लीनिंग के लिए ईयरबड्स यूज करते हैं, या matchstick. You can take a matchstick and put a cotton ball, some cotton on its end, and you can even use it. So what you have to do, you just have to clean your mouth and then take that matchstick or bird and then scratch the inner epithelium of your cheek. Okay, 2 times, 3 times you can scratch it, and then take that material on a clean slide. Whatever you get from scratching of that epithelium, it will have enough number of squamous epithelium cells. Okay, so but first you have to be careful when you are taking the sample, because the bud which you are going to use or the stick which you are going to use should be little moist. It shouldn't be too dry, otherwise you will end up scratching your own cheek pouch from inside. Okay, it should be little moisture should be there. Then you collect the sample. You can spread it on the slide. Of course, spreading takes a lot of sample. You will be taking only tiny sample, and then allow it to dry it little, and then you can stain it with suitable stain. So whatever stain can be used for nuclear material like methylene blue, that you can use over there. So put drops of stain. Then after say 5 to 10 minutes, you can remove the extra stain. Give a wash with little water, and then put a cover slip and observe under microscope. So what you will observe under microscope will be squamous epithelium cells. You will see the large cells which you have collected from your epithelium, and then in each large cell you will find that there is a large nucleus. जैसे कि अभी हमने PowerPoint में देखा, each cell will have a large nucleus, and on the inner side of nuclear membrane you will find a dark spot which is nothing but this chromatin, which is nothing but this bar body. Okay, so this is a process which we have to follow, but you can read it in your journal, but at present we can't do it. We can just see the photograph of bar body, but you can definitely learn this method. You should know theoretically how this is done. Okay, now this is a funny thing, because when we perform this experiment in lab, can everybody perform this experiment and observe the bar body from his or her own sample? Yes? Have you followed my question? अपने क्लास में जो स्टूडेंट्स है, जो बॉयज है, गर्ल्स है, वो अगर ये प्रोटोकॉल फॉलो करे, प्रोसीजर फॉलो करे, तो क्या सबको बार बॉडी दिख सकती है अपने खुद के सैंपल में? अनुराग says yes. What about others?
Yes, ma'am.
Samantha says yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Preeti says no. Preeti, please explain. Why do you say no? Mrunmai, Shivani, everybody is saying yes. Okay. Preeti, can you explain why you said no? You don't agree with all your friends. क्योंकि हमें स्क्वैमस एपिथेलियम का सैंपल लेना है, जो अपने खुद के चिक पाउच से लेना है, जो इजीली स्क्रैच हो सकता है, और हम वो सैंपल स्लाइड पे रख के स्टेन कर सकते हैं और ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हैं. तो सबके पास स्क्वैमस एपिथेलियम है, तो सबको सेल्स भी दिखाई देंगे अंडर माइक्रोस्कोप. But would you be able to observe bar body? My question to Anurag and Pratik and Samadhan and Sahil, would you be able to observe bar body if you take sample from your chick pouch? Think twice before you answer. Yeah? Okay, I say here that if these boys are friends, they collect the sample, then they will not be able to observe the bar body, even if they do perfect staining. Their procedure of collecting sample is very good. They have been provided with the best microscope of the college. still they will not be able to observe the Barr body. Why? Explain. Anybody can explain. Unmute yourself and tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Because of male have XY chromosome and the formula for bar body is number of chromosome minus X. So
Number of
uh,
X
eh,
chromosomes minus 1.
yes,
Yeah.
so 1 minus 1 0. So we don't
Yeah.
have any bar body.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to see whether you have really followed that formula. So even if boys do this sampling very well, what they will get under microscope will be beautiful slide of squamous epithelium with large cells and a nicely stained nucleus, but they can't see Barr body. If you can see Barr body, if some boy can see the Barr body in own sample, it means उसके अंदर 2 X chromosome है. If anybody can observe one Barr body, it means there are 2 X chromosomes present. So अगर एग्जाम में आपको ये बार बॉडी का माउंटिंग सक्सेसफुली करके एग्जामिनर को दिखाना है, तो यू हैव टू बी वेरी रिस्पेक्टफुल विथ योर female colleagues and request them for the sample. Take that sample, mount it, stain it, then only you will be able to observe the bar body. Okay, so आपको अगर बार बॉडी देखनी है तो आपके पास कम से कम 2 एक्स क्रोमोसोम की आवश्यकता है. अगर वो आपके पास नहीं है तो आप बार बॉडी नहीं देख सकते. ओके, सो दैट इज द मोस्ट इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट बिकॉज यू विल ऑलवेज रिमेंबर कि उसका फॉर्मूला क्या है, कितने एक्स क्रोमोसोम है तो कितने बार बॉडीज हैं. ओके, नाउ दिस प्रोसेस इनिशियली तो सब सोमैटिक सेल्स में 2 एक्स क्रोमोसोम होते हैं व्हेन इट्स फीमेल. In fact, Dr. Barr, when he suggested this for the first time, he had observed that in female cats. Okay, in all female mammals, this incidence is observed. That is the chromatin, that is the shortening of this chromatin or the material, or this happens with the X chromatin, X chromosome. But Marie Leon was the scientist who put forward this theory that actually this is getting shortened, this chromatin, 1X chromatin, it is getting transformed into a short bar body. Okay, so this process of shortening, this is termed as lionization. Okay, आज हम लायन डे सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वो लायन का ये लायनाइजेशन से कोई संबंध नहीं है. That is LION, whereas this was put forward by Marie Lyon or Leon, LYON. So this process of formation of bar body, this is also called as lionization. Okay, will you remember this? So I think that is very interesting mounting, but we cannot do it. But at the time of exam, you should be able to explain what is bar body, what is its significance, how many bar bodies can be present in a person. Different cases we have discussed in PowerPoint. इतने X chromosome है तो इसमें कितने bar bodies रहेंगे. This all you should be able to explain at the time of exam. Plus you all are required to draw the bar body in your journal. Everybody has now printed the journal. मैडम, क्या आपने लास्ट प्रैक्टिकल में देखा है सबने जर्नल प्रिंट किया है?
नहीं मैम, पूछा था तो सबने किया है ऑलमोस्ट. सो वी हैड आस्क्ड देम टू स्टार्ट ड्राइंग द डायग्राम्स.
Yeah. So you can draw the diagram of bar body, go through the reference material and read whatever madam discussed nicely about karyotyping. All that information is not given over there in journal. Okay, karyotyping is something additional which you should know. In TYBSc, we have this experiment for karyotyping, not experiment as such. We cannot do karyotyping in our lab. We cannot maintain those cell lines, but we get those karyotypes where all the chromosomes, they are not organized, but they are mixed. A photograph taken from the real sample. Now, what is significance of today's experiment? You have learned what are different types of chromosomes. So when all such 46 chromosomes they appear in the photograph, it is a challenge to understand कि ये chromosome कौन सा है, ये कौन सा है, और सब 46 है या नहीं, या एक missing है. So we provide that material in form of Xerox to all the students, and then you cut the chromosomes, जैसे स्कूल में बच्चे क्राफ्ट का काम करते हैं, we cut the chromosomes along their borders and we paste it, and that is very important because you have to organize it in the form as per the type and chromosome number. There are 22 pairs and 23rd is the pair of sex chromosome. So you have to organize as per the type of the chromosome, the number of the chromosome, so that finally यू शुड बी एबल टू कमेंट कि इसमें 46 है या 47 है, किसी क्रोमोसोम की ट्राइसोमी है या 4 क्रोमोसोम प्रेजेंट है इंस्टेड ऑफ 1 पेयर, किसी क्रोमोसोम का पार्ट मिसिंग है. ओके, देयर आर डिलीशंस और अदर एबनॉर्मलिटीज. कभी कभी होता है एक क्रोमोसोम का पार्ट, जो मैडम ने अभी आपको सब टाइप्स दिखाए, तो क्रोमोसोम का एक पार्ट निकल के दूसरे क्रोमोसोम पे जाके चिपक जाता है. So this is something different, but this creates a great problem in the body of the patient. So all these abnormalities can be studied very well if you have karyotype available with you. So as a student of zoology, see, I know that everybody will choose some different career of your own choice. Okay, and whatever we learn in classroom, whatever we learn in our graduation courses, everything cannot be applied in our own life. Okay, कभी कभी मैं सोचती हूँ कि अरे हम ये ग्रेजुएशन लेवल पे पढ़ रहे हैं, अपनी जिंदगी में क्या कभी इसका उपयोग होने वाला है, आवश्यकता है. वी हैव टू थिंक अबाउट दैट. लेकिन when you are graduating in life science and achieving knowledge about chromosomes, you are understanding about your own body. Okay, तो आगे जाके कभी कभी भी आपके सामने ऐसी कोई क्लिनिकल केस आती है, yeah, you learn about these abnormalities, if there is any patient, you will be able to understand what is happening. You will be able to understand कि जो amniotic fluid है उसका सैम्पलिंग लेके जब क्रोमोसोमल एबनॉर्मलिटी स्टडी किए जाते हैं, उसका सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है, वो कैसे किया जाता है. Okay, doctors say that if the mother is say above 35 in age, then there are chances that the fetus may have problems related to chromosome. तो ऐसी जो मदर्स है, वुड बी मदर्स है, उनको सजेस्ट किया जाता है कि आप कैरियोटाइपिंग करवा लो. ओके, तो एज अ स्टूडेंट ऑफ जूलॉजी यू शुड नो कि हमारे लाइफ में इसकी इम्पोर्टेंस क्या है. ओके, हम लोग पैथोलॉजी लैब में जाते हैं, न जाने कितने टेस्ट करवाते हैं. अभी तो कोरोना का समय चल रहा है, तो people visit pathological lab, get the test done. So we should know what is happening in those tests. Okay, so as a student of zoology, at least you will have background to understand what is going on in all those tests and what is their significance. Okay, so I hope everybody remembers how many X chromosomes you have and how many bar bodies you are going to have in the sample. Okay, so I think that's all about today's practical. Madam, would you like to add anything?
Ma'am, I had that video to show them.
Yeah. Please show. And then let us tell them something about Avishkar.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please show that video.
Bar body is an inactivated X chromosome that has been transcriptionally silenced. It is found within the nucleus as a tiny heterochromatin body. The inactivation and transcriptional silencing of X chromosomes in a female is called X inactivation or
Ma'am,
please
mute your mic. Mute your mic, ma'am, please.
lionization. Bar body and transcriptional silenced. It is found within the nucleus as a tiny heterochromatin body. The inactivation and transcriptional silencing of X chromosome in a female is called X inactivation or lionization. Bar bodies are found in the interphase nucleus of the female members of those species where sex determination is through XY chromosomes. The number of bar bodies found in the nucleus of a cell is always one less than the total number of X chromosomes found in the female of the particular species. For instance, if a female species has 3 X chromosomes, the number of bar bodies is 2. This results in only one functional X chromosome, which is now equal to the one functional X chromosome found in the male members of that same species. This equalization of the gene products of the X chromosome of the male and female members of a species through the process of inactivation of all the surplus X chromosomes in the female is called dosage compensation. When cells from a female are stained and viewed under the microscope, the Barr bodies are visible as microscopic deeply stained dots attached to the inner surface of the nuclear membrane, or as a tiny protruded outgrowth attached onto the periphery of the nucleus with the help of narrow, short stalk. In this experiment, we'll be preparing stained slides of human cheek cells and white blood cells to observe Barr bodies in them. The materials required for this experiment are female human cheek cells, female human blood sample, Leishman stain, acidocarmine or Giemsa stain or methylene blue stain solution, glycerin, glass slides and cover slips, tweezers and pins, droppers, toothpicks, distilled water, petri dish, compound light microscope, and immersion oil. We'll begin the experiment for cheek cells. Gently scrape the inner surface of the cheek of a human female using a toothpick. Transfer the scrapings onto a glass slide. Add a drop or two of the stain and allow the cells to take up the stain for 5 to 10 minutes. Warming the slide on a flame can speed up the staining. Acidocarmine stain is the most effective stain for Barr body staining. Gently lower a cover slip onto the slide while making sure to avoid any air bubbles. Observe the slide under low and high power of the microscope. For immersion oil objective lens, add a drop of immersion oil to the slide and gently lower the objective until it touches the oil surface. From then on, use fine adjustment for focusing. For preparing a stained blood smear for Barr bodies, watch my video on blood smear preparation and staining by clicking on the link in the screen or in the description below. In cheek epithelial cells, Barr bodies are seen as tiny, deeply stained dots attached to the periphery of the nuclei of the cells, as can be seen in this microphotograph. One body is normally found per epithelial cell of a normal female. In WBCs, Barr bodies can be clearly observed mostly at the periphery of the nuclear lobes of neutrophil cells as tiny club-shaped protrusions connected to the nucleus with the help of narrow, short strands of chromatin material, as seen in this microphotograph. They are also known as drumsticks owing to their characteristic shape. One Barr body is normally seen per neutrophil unless the person is suffering from genetic disorders involving the sex chromosomes. Barr bodies or drumsticks are found in about 3% of the total neutrophil population of a female. There are also other types of outgrowths found in the neutrophil nuclei of both males and females and are unrelated to the X chromosome. These are non-sex specific appendages and their absence or presence do not give any conclusive evidence of the
Okay. Thank you, Suprita madam. That was really interesting video. I request you to share both our PowerPoints plus this video. And if it is possible, can you put some information on Klinefelter and Turner syndrome? Because
Yes,
we
ma'am.
have given it in PowerPoint and they don't know what exactly it is.
Yes, ma'am.
So if we can share some information about that, it will be very nice.
Yes,
I was
ma'am.
thinking that we can tell about Avishkar competition, but just now I saw that on group Rajkumari madam has posted about women development cell session on menstruation and hygiene. So I feel that is very important topic for all the students. All the girl students, they would surely like to participate in this session. And boys, I think you also should know what is menstrual hygiene and what sort of health maintenance is required, because now you are a student of life science and you have female members in your family, so you can also help them out. You can also share the link with your sisters, your mother, your female friends, your family members, and all can join this expert session, which is at 2:45. Madam has already shared the link on your group. So you all can join and learn what is the importance of menstrual hygiene. So that's all for today. Suprita madam will share the PowerPoint in Google Classroom, and I hope that if we get a chance to work in lab, at least in next semester, we can perform it. I remember the incidents when 3-4 years back, we were taking this practical. And what happened, we did not, Suprita madam, I don't know if you were there for the practical, we did not explain all the theory. We just explained that this is a matter regarding one X chromosome, okay, and you can mount it in this way, and you can observe it. तो जितने सारे बच्चे थे सबने बोला हाँ 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 मैडम हमको तो बार बॉडी दिख गई, because any dark spot was identified as bar body. See, there are many dark spots. If you stain it, you can see some chromatin spots. You have to consider the dark spot which is attached to the nuclear membrane. Side में जो बीच में होते हैं spots वो consider नहीं करने. तो जब तक ये पता नहीं था कि the formula is number of X chromosome -1, लैब के पूरे बैच को बार बॉडी दिखाई दी. And then when we told that अरे it is X-1, then some of the people said no हमें बार बॉडी नहीं मिली. So I hope you will remember this. Fun aside, but keep in mind the formula for bar body and its importance. It will be seen in all the mammalian females which follow XY rule for female. Okay, that XY sex determination, if it is there, then you will get it number of X chromosomes -1. Okay, so I hope you will remember this very important part of chromosomal studies. Madam will share the material on Google Classroom. You can revise it at home and complete your drawing. Okay, so that's all for today. Stay home, stay safe, take care. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Madam, you can please stop recording.
Yeah.